Welcome to Drunk on Social, the Symposium, where we help you stay ahead of social media trends, share the latest news, and highlight the strategies that are working to help you grow your business. Now let's join our hosts, Tristan and Jeff, in 3, 2, 1.
Does all this social media knowledge, strategies, and skills from this podcast really matter if you don't use video? The truth is, any presence is better than no presence, but without video, you're really limiting your growth. It's no secret that video is the future of all media. It's where all consumers gravitate, so executing at a higher level than your industry peers is an absolute necessity to create differentiation. You can hire a full-time videographer, but is that really sustainable? The answer is no for many, which is why it is critical that you adopt and learn video skills to allow you to create video that will stand out. Having camera presence, knowing what equipment to use and how to use it, proper lighting, video editing, music and voiceovers, scripting, and many other topics are the reason why Business Video School was created. To teach you how to develop these skills quickly and easily with over-the-top support along the way so that you never feel lost. The Business Video School is a comprehensive video education platform that delivers all of this training, but also creates actual video recipes with instructions and scripts for you to execute relevant content weekly with all of the skills you learn. And it doesn't stop there. Regular video challenges, weekly Q&As, a real estate video roadmap, a community of people learning and experimenting with video, and so much more. Seriously, what are you waiting for? Why wouldn't you join the Business Video School today? Go to www.bizvideoschool.com/open-house and register for the next open house where you'll learn more and get a chance to hear from current students and even ask them questions. That's bizvideoschool.com. Check it out.
Oh, Tristan, I am so damn thankful for you, you son of a bitch, on this Thanksgiving holiday.
Dude, you know what? Happy Thanksgiving.
It's really weird to do that because all of you know that we're not recording these live. So we actually recorded this like 3 years ago and we were prepping.
3 years ago. That's hilarious.
In all seriousness, though, we just wrapped up. So first of all, happy Thanksgiving to all of you listening. We are so very thankful for you. We're thankful for our Drunk on Social community, for all of our followers across all the platforms. And there's no better holiday than to say that to all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's just keep it going. And with that said, we did just wrap up the last share, which was last week on the podcast episode from Social Genius. It was Judy Fox. She wraps up the last of the interviews. And so now going forward, we're going to be back to the normal rotation until we do our next event, probably in January. So, keep your eyes and ears peeled for that. So Tristan, let's get on task here. Our task of talking about what the latest news is. And I have to start with the first things first, and that's the news that everybody's already heard by now. But let's kind of talk about what we think about it, which is Facebook's rename. What the hell does this even mean for any of us? Does it even matter? Or is it just like Google and Alphabet?
There's a lot of things to that, man. And first, we called that a few months back.
Good point.
Right? When we started noticing what they were doing with their whole metaverse, what they're calling now. And so if you missed that, know that we fucking are awesome and you should listen to our podcast more, okay? So the other part to this is there's a lot to take away here. Number one, there's a lot of distrust when it comes to Facebook. And people are saying, well, why would we jump into a virtual world with you, Zuckerberg, if you're just going to rip our data and sell it to people in the first place, right? Like now you're going to know everything we do once we jump into this weird new internet world. And so that's one hurdle. The other part to this is I'm going to see if I can explain it so that people can understand what happened. And I'm going to see if I can simplify this. So there's the Facebook entity, and they have problems with the government because the government says you're too big, we're going to come in and possibly do what we've done in the past to companies and break them up. Maybe Instagram or WhatsApp, Facebook, right? Because it's too much power to have all in one. So they're trying to get ahead of that, and they're trying to get ahead of all the other problems they have, and said, well, you know what? Let me help you, government, by saying now Facebook is not everything that you've seen before. Facebook is just Facebook, and any problems that have to do with Facebook stay with Facebook. It's Jeff, it's kind of like an LLC. When you would buy, let's say you bought a property as an investment property, and you say, you know what, I'm going to convert this one to an LLC because I'm going to rent it out. And any problems that I have with this one are going to end with the LLC. It's not going to come back to everything else I own. And that was a problem. Facebook had everything under Facebook. So now that they have it under Meta, it's no problem. Because if now the government says, hey, Facebook, you've got to fix Facebook or we're going to fuck everything you have. Well, now they can't do that because Meta now is a brand new company that everything else they own is under. WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, Facebook, and Oculus and everything else, right? Even the metaverse. So now they can't be screwed. Now, if they have a problem, they're just going to go after Facebook and all right, maybe Facebook has a problem, right? Well, they do, but maybe Facebook has a problem with the government, but now everything else is safe. And the other pivot to this is they want to do the same thing that Google did with Alphabet, right? We heard what they did a couple years back with Alphabet. And that's, they want to rebrand. They want to do a turnaround here, a brand pivot. But I don't know that that's going to help because everyone still has a massive distrust with Facebook. They know that it's going to take time, but who knows, man? I love the idea though of a metaverse where we can jump in like Ready Player One and I can go and visit you in St. Louis virtually in the virtual St. Louis world or wherever we meet. We meet in the Drunk on Social world in Facebook, in the metaverse, and we have a party and have fun, have events. That's a blast. But do we trust Facebook enough to do that? That's really the breakdown.
Do you think that this is a case of Facebook is just ahead of its time? And like, I think a lot of people are going to look at this like Facebook has, 3 heads. Like it's so above the whole virtual world is beyond most comprehension. But the reality is, in probably the next 10, 20, 30 years, it is going to become reality. And most of you are going to ignore it. And all of a sudden it's going to hit you just like a TikTok, for example, but on another level. And that's kind of why we talk about this stuff, because we want you to start thinking about it. For those of you that are forward thinkers and want to be innovative, there's nothing to do with it right now other than try to consume it and learn about it and understand it so you can be on the forefront if you're still in business or alive when this time comes, right? To take advantage of it. But do you think they're ahead of their time? Do you think that actually the biggest mistake that Zuckerberg might have here is he's too far ahead. People can't comprehend. And it's going to be a Snapchat situation where somebody's going to come in at the right time and actually dominate the space and make Facebook look like they're on the sidelines.
Well, I think they're slightly ahead, but they've got the funds to. I'm going to say that it's very similar to Xbox when they jumped into Xbox Live. The very first time they jumped into Xbox Live, and the very first time at the time, Bill Gates said, hey, you know what? We're going to build something to compete against Sony and to compete against Nintendo. And it's called the Xbox. And they lost money every year until they made Xbox Live. And they're like, this is interesting. And then everybody's like, let's test Xbox Live out. And they started testing out online playing, and they're like, holy crap, this is absolutely amazing. And then everybody started copying them, right? And then Halo became that first person shooter that everybody copied after that. So this is very similar in the sense that they're slightly ahead, and it's not something that you and I aren't easy to catch into, dude. Look at EXP. They're already there, but that's like kindergarten stuff.
Mm-hmm.
in comparison to what we want. That's like, Jeff, tonight, you and I are suiting up, we're putting on our goggles, and I'll see you later where we're going to play sports. And I'm going to feel the hits, right? I'm going to feel the high five. I'm going to see you in the field. I'm going to be sweating. And it's like I'm actually there. That's a whole nother world. And to get there, there's a lot of steps, but a lot of that comes from the world that's barely growing up, and they're already used to it, dude. They're already buying stuff online. We're talking about NFTs now.
Yeah.
Like, I buy stuff on Minecraft all day long, and it doesn't really go anywhere and stays in a virtual world, right?
Fascinating. It's fascinating. I think it's going to be an ongoing conversation. It's one really good reason that you, the listener, should stick with us, because obviously we're going to continue to educate you on this, and why I feel fortunate to be the one who gets to research this stuff, because I wouldn't be otherwise. It's just beyond me. And frankly, it doesn't even interest me that much because I'm not a gamer. So I have to put my blinders on and pay attention, because a lot of things you just talked about, I've heard of all of it, but I don't know any of it. I forgot that Microsoft even was Xbox, to be honest with you. I knew that after you said it, but I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Because I've listened to Business Wars, which was Sony versus Nintendo, and they didn't even bring Microsoft into the conversation.
Yeah.
Interesting stuff, man. Well,
yeah, I think it's the future, and I love that he's doing that. But they have a massive hurdle.
It's a good segue into one of our other topics, which was a link from the social media today about Facebook's coming projects will make a bigger part of our daily lives. Is that a good thing? And I think we've kind of already really discussed this. The only thing I want to point out is we've talked about the Ray-Ban, the glasses with the camera built in, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait for it. But we haven't talked about the new watch that's going to be coming with a camera on it and a detachable face where you can pull it off and take pictures and video with it. Have you heard about this? This is pretty interesting.
No, tell me about it.
That's all I know. That's all. It really shows a kind of a crude image of it in this article. The article, and we'll share the link in the show notes. But the title it was published last Friday. In this case, a month ago, right? Facebook's coming projects will make it a bigger part of our daily lives. Is that a good thing? Is the title, and it talks about a bunch of things, but one of them is it's the watch with the screen. So now on the watch at the bottom of the face, there's a little circle which is a camera, and evidently it's going to have.
Yeah, I remember seeing that now. Yep. I remember seeing that now, dude. Yes. All right, so. You know what's interesting, because it's another Facebook thing, or Instagram, whatever you want, WhatsApp. People are hating on Facebook so much, but yet it's still the third most visited website in the world because there's nothing to replace it, right? Mm-hmm. Even if people gravitate to TikTok, which they are gravitating to TikTok, there's still a massive feeling that they're losing something because of the group section in Facebook.
Yeah, 100%.
Because that's where the communities, that's where people start talking to each other. They feel more significant. There's a big gap for another company to come in and create that same feeling. We just haven't seen that.
Yeah, it's fascinating. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, go check out this article. Like I said, by the time that you're listening to this, it's a month old, but still relatively, you're going to be on the cutting edge because nobody else is paying attention to this stuff. But we are, and we're gonna keep you out ahead. So Tristan, let's move away from good old Meta and Facebook or whatever the hell we want to call it. And by the way, one last thing on that, I don't think Facebook's name is going to really change in the mainstream world, just like Google hasn't changed. So don't get your panties in a bunch. Nothing's really going to change on the surface in the near term anyway.
No, I love their new logo though.
Yeah, it's cool.
No, they're getting a lot of hate, but I like it.
Well, speaking of Meta, you wanted to share something about Instagram that's fairly new.
Dude, I'm excited. This helps out everyone listening that has a business, real estate, any type of sales, really anything that you want to grow, because now Instagram opened up the link sticker so that when you post something on stories on Instagram and you go to search for all of the stickers you can attach, one of those is link. And now people can click on and you can direct them wherever you want for that specific link. So if you've got a new listing as a real estate agent, if you've got a new product to sell with whatever you're selling, right? Whether it's shirts, shoes, workout clothes, I don't know what it is. Jeff, what are you selling?
I mean, I use it all the time. So like, for example, I will direct people back to my Facebook groups. They're like saying, check this out, you should join the group kind of thing. Or,
Yes.
For Starving St. Louis, and I'll direct them to the restaurant's webpage that I highlighted. Or you can send them back, events. You send them to a Eventbrite or a link where they can sign up. There's so many uses for this. And you said it, like the part of me is like, I wish they kept it exclusive because I earned it. But it makes all the sense in the world, because why wouldn't you? It makes sense. And I don't think a lot of people are using it, and you should be using it. It's a great feature. And it allows you to, basically expand your marketing and your promotions.
Dude, it's pretty massive. Webinars, events, get-togethers, leading them to your website,
everything with a link. Yeah.
It's there.
It's interesting. There's a little segue too that I just glanced at another article that says Instagram launches add yours sticker to facilitate more engagement in stories. And here's the opening line to this. This was published today, beginning of November. Here's the opening line. You're going to love this. Oh, look, Instagram is once again following the lead of TikTok with a new feature. What an astounding surprise this is.
That's funny. That's funny, dude. I like that. But you know what? You and I know everybody's copying from each other, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And look who's taking the dive on the Ready Player One world, right? As much as people hate on Facebook and Instagram, they're the ones that are leading the way we're going to shift as a society into the next version of the internet. The internet was the internet at the beginning. Then it became social media. Now we're witnessing the beginning of what's next, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well, and there was another, actually, ironically, it's funny. I don't know if you saw this headline, but Facebook, let's see here. Facebook gaming beats YouTube gaming for hours watched in Q3. So,
whoa, where did you see that?
It's also social media news, social media today. Yeah.
Dude, we should play video games as we talk about social media.
I'm not gonna have much of a chance to go back to my Tecmo Bowl days and Blades of Steel.
Wait, did you play the original Nintendo NES?
Oh heck yeah, the ones where you blew in the games.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So what games did you gravitate to that?
Because I was a sports gamer, so it was all. It was
did you
baseball.
Play the All-Star Baseball one?
Yeah, there was that one. There was Tecmo Bowl. There was Blades of Steel. There was all that stuff. I did like Contra. There was that one.
Ooh,
I was never a Legend of Zelda fan, so I never really played that. I like war game ones or I played Super Mario Brothers. Who didn't? That's another one.
I love Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, I like that. In says Sonic the Hedgehog. In that was Genesis. That was not Nintendo.
Which, by the way, I saw there was a Sonic the Hedgehog kid dressed up. That was their costume at Halloween. And I was like, what? That's like vintage.
Dude, come on. They brought that back as a movie, bro. Come on.
Well, I guess I'm not with the times, man. I'm not with the times.
That's it. I'm not talking to you anymore.
Did you see what Inja said?
This podcast is done.
I was going to mention what she said in the comments. Up, down, left, right, left, right. Yes, totally. You're one of us. I love you. It's great.
Oh, it's awesome.
Okay,
I forgot what we were talking about.
We were talking. Well, we were shifting. I'm sorry. I'm digressing all over the map. Let's get back on task here. Last thing to talk about, which I think is important to share. Everybody remembers September's challenge was 100 TikToks in September. That was fruitful and fun and hard, and it was a learning experience. And then we went into October where we were going to try to tweet either, I think it was like 40, 60 or 100 times in one day. And both of us failed miserably.
Oh, dude, I hate Twitter more now.
But it was a good experience, right? For me, it was. I think I did 23 and a 23-ish. And Actually, I did 25. The standings were wrong. By the way, I did 25. I'm pretty sure.
Apparently, I sucked way worse than you at 17, which I don't remember sucking that bad.
But here's the thing, folks. Like the reason we do these challenges is not because you're going to win an award if you hit the number. It's a cadence game, right? The more you practice something, the more you work out, the more weight you'll lose. The more healthy you eat, the more you can't go back to eating Big Macs. It's cadence. And so the more you do something, the more it becomes easier to do it going forward. And you and I talked about this that day we were trying to do it, which was, this has shifted the way I think about how you tweet. And it opened my brain more, because I was like, I always think of tweets as just words, and it's so much more than that when it comes to links and sharing TikToks. Even you can share anything. And I think it was good. I'm not saying I'm going to go tweet a bunch more, but it did open up my eyes.
Well, here's what I thought about it. I thought, as I was posting, because I was trying to get 100 in, and I started late. You and I started at the same time. You're like, hey, remember it's today. I'm like, oh crap. Yeah. It's already like 10 a.m. my time. That must have been like
I was West Coast. I was in Phoenix on that day. So
we started at the same time. It's terrible.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I've got to catch up because I'm late. And now I start posting, and I'm just posting whatever. And then I noticed that I was posting whatever, and it seemed kind of spammy to me. Yeah. And then I noticed that it was really spammy when D-Rock said, hey, stop tagging me on everything. I was like, oh, damn it. I guess I am a little spammy today.
Well, first of all, D-Rock, you told us to tag you and everything. I think his reaction was, I think you're going to confuse. I would think he was more concerned we were going to confuse his audience. And then make us look spammy. So it was a combination of things, and he's right. But then again, he's the one who gave us the idea and told us to do it. So come on, D-Rock, give us better guidance next time, man.
Oh, that's so funny.
Well, so last thing too, and we just wrapped up. So it's Thanksgiving again. You guys want to go eat turkey, or you're listening to this after Thanksgiving, and I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving. You wrapped up the November challenge, which was to send out I forget how many videos, but thank videos of giving thanks. And that's a great challenge. A, it hones your video skills. B, it's doing what you should have been doing anyway. So if it took a challenge to do it, I hope we built in this cadence for you to say, I'm going to do this every year going forward. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to seeing those standings. We don't have those out yet, obviously, because that time hasn't come, but that's going to be good.
Dude, I think if you're listening to this a few days after Thanksgiving too, or maybe the day after, you can still do the same thing for Christmas, right? Coming up, or New Year's, just the ability to be able to pick up the phone and say thank you and have nothing else to actually have to say to the person. That comes across as super authentic, because it is, and people can feel that. So that's probably the greatest message you can send out at any type of a holiday or great day, either birthday, anniversary, New Year's, Christmas, especially Thanksgiving. So
I agree. And you know what? I have one thing to say about that too, because there's a lot of people that do happy birthday greetings, happy holidays greetings, happy Thanksgiving greetings, and they do them at scale. And they do one, evergreen video that they can send out to the masses, and it's not personal and authentic. And look, I get it. I get why you do that. But at the same token, sending out a personal message with the whiteboard saying their name on it, letting them know that this is for them, man, that goes a long way. And yeah, sure, it's going to take you an extra 20, 30, 40, maybe 60 minutes to do it. But man, I'm telling you, it's going to be received better. It's going to go a lot further than your evergreen one-time video at scale. I get it for process videos. Hey, congratulations. But man, when you're sending out videos of thanks and videos of gratitude and videos of kindness, get personal with your audience.
I agree, man. It's not about the quantity here. It really is about the quality. So send it to your top people. And In reminded us, Thanksgiving video challenge for November was 25 videos to those people that are closest to you, right? To say thank you. And it doesn't have to happen in one day, but if you do, great.
That's a great point. So you start this thing, a week or two before Thanksgiving, and do 5 to 10 a day. And then bam, you do 5 a day for 5 days, you hit the challenge. But here's the reality. I've got 125 employees. Can I send out 125 personal? I've done this before. Now it was when I had like 50 employees, and I did 50 individual videos. And that took me a couple hours. So anyways.
Dude, I like it. Let's do it.
Until next time, my friend, it's been fun as always. Enjoy the rest of your Turkey Day. And if it's past Turkey Day, I hope you're looking forward to Christmas. And we'll see you guys on the next episode.
I want to get a new Xbox, that new Xbox, whatever it's called.
For
That's
Christmas?
what I'm going to get.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
maybe.
$950.
That's on eBay, dude. That's because everybody bought one and we missed out.
Amazon too, by the way.
All right. I'm
See you,
sad.
buddy.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for listening to Drunk on Social, the Symposium. We are here to help you take your business to new levels through social media. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes and come join us on our Drunk on Social Facebook page. And as always, make sure you leave us a great review on your favorite podcast app. Feedback and likes are very much appreciated.